question. This is also a kind of a usual sort of green and red because we're often in some sort of heated discussion with some other comrades on the left is around false solutions to climate change. And so when we're looking at false solutions like nuclear power and carbon capture and storage, I'm wondering how you think that lands within this landscape of labor and climate organizing.
So I don't know. There's so much that's being touted. I don't know what's real and what's not. There are false solutions. Nuclear is problematic, but that's fission. If we get to fusion, then there's other discussions that need to be had then, but we're not there yet. So we know what the outcomes are. Folks say, yeah, it's non-polluting, but they're not looking what comes out the back end and how long the spent uranium is problematic. Carbon capture, again, I don't know. Then within that, there's carbon capture, and then there's carbon capture and storage, and then there's direct carbon capture where we're sucking it out of the air.
Mhm.
Direct carbon capture would seem to make sense. However, the scale of what's possible now versus what's needed, it's not there. I don't know. I don't know. A lot of things are getting touted, and typically there's money behind whatever it is that's being touted. I'm not enough of an expert to speak to that.
I want to follow up that to exactly your point, right? There's money behind it. There's, oh, just give us some arrogant tech bro or billionaire is going to be like, oh, just for $1 billion, we'll figure out how to suck carbon out of the atmosphere. Safe storage of nuclear waste will only go away after 1 million years. It's good for your community. So these are real. I think we we don't want to face, and it's not just because we're saying, oh, it's hard choices that we'd have to change a lot of the way our society is organized. We have to have fewer cars and more mass transit. We have to have a lot more local or food, less transport of food. Those are all things that we want to have. Like we want to have
Mhm.
more leisure, less work, be rooted more in community. So the vision of where we're trying to go is actually the vision for what we want to be. Like we're not trying to emulate a society right now where people have 3 jobs or where and so that is both a fight and that's a vision. And it is going to involve some at Rising Tide, we used to say capitalism is, or we still say capitalism is the problem and climate change is a symptom of that. And so we are trying to change things fundamentally. And we should be honest and clear about that because that also gets us to someplace more interesting. And false solutions is just a way to be like, you can have everything you have right now. You don't have to change a thing because
Mhm.
science solved the problem.
Yeah, or
And
technology solves the problem. Yeah.
yeah, and I'm actually not interested in figuring out how to create more renewable energies. People can mine for more Bitcoin. That's really not the thing we should be doing right now.
We're just anti-science, I'm sure. I'm sure that's what the problem is.